Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Jai, Brajamimi Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Navadip Mayapur Dham ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai, Ganga Mai ki Jai, Jamuna Mai ki Jai, Bhakti Devi ki Jai, Tulsi Maharani ki Jai, Samavita Bhakta Vrindavan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 9, text number 30. This is one of the most startling claim Lord Krishna is claiming. And we have to understand very thoroughly. You can repeat after me. The text number 30th. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mamananya bhak sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasito hi saha. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mamananya bhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mamananya bhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha. Api, even, chet, if, suduracharaha, one committing the most abominable actions, bhajate, is engaged in devotional service, mam, unto me, ananya bhak, without deviation, sadhu, a saint, eva, certainly, saha, he, mantavyaha, is to be considered, samyak, completely, vyavasitaha, situated in determination, he, certainly, saha, he. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. The word sudurachara used in this verse is very significant and we should understand it properly. When a living entity is conditioned, he has two kinds of activities. One is called conditional and another is constitutional. As for protecting the body or abiding by the rules of the society and state, certainly there are different activities even for the devotees in connection with the conditioned life, and such activities are called conditional. Besides this, the living entity who is fully conscious of his spiritual nature and is engaged in Krishna consciousness or devotional service of the Lord has activities which are called transcendental. Such activities are performed in his constitutional position and they are technically called devotional service. Now, the conditioned state, sometimes devotional service and conditional service in relation to body will parallel one another. But then again, sometimes these activities become opposed to one another. As far as possible, a devotee is very cautious so that he does not do anything that could disrupt the wholesome condition. He knows that perfection in his activities depends upon progressive realization of Krishna consciousness. So sometimes, however it may be seen that a person in Krishna consciousness commits some acts which may be taken as most abominable socially or politically. But a temporary fall down does not disqualify him. In the Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated that if a person falls down but is wholeheartedly engaged in transcendental service of the Supreme Lord, the Lord being situated within his heart purifies him and excuses him from that abomination. The material contamination is so strong that even a yogi fully engaged in service of the Lord sometimes becomes ensnared. But Krishna consciousness is so strong that such an occasional fall down is at once rectified. Therefore, the process of devotional service is always a success. No one should deride a devotee for some accidental fall down from the ideal path, or the explained in the next verse, such an occasional fall down will be stopped in the due course as soon as the devotee is completely situated in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, a person who is situated in Krishna consciousness and is engaged in determination in the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, should be considered to be in the transcendental position. Even by chance or accident he is found to have fallen. The word sadhureva means he is saintly. They are very emphatic. They are a warning to the non-devotees that because of an accidental fall down, a devotee should not be derided. He should still be considered saintly even if he has accidentally fallen down. And the word mantavyaha is more emphatic. If one does not follow this rule and derides a devotee for his accidental fall down, then one is disobeying the orders of the Supreme Lord. And only qualification of a devotee is to be unflinchingly and exclusively engaged in devotional service. In Nrsimha Purana, the following statement is given: Bhagavati cha harav ananya chetaha brasham malino api virajate manushyaha nahi shasha kalushachadvihi kadachit timir parabhavatam apiti chandraha. The meaning is that even if one fully engaged in devotional service of the Lord is sometimes found engaged in abominable activities, these activities should be considered to be like the spots that resemble like the mark of a rabbit on the moon. Such spots do not become an impediment to the diffusion of moonlight. Similarly, the accidental fall down of a devotee from the path of saintly character does not make him abominable. On the other hand, one should not misunderstand that a devotee in transcendental devotional service can act in all kinds of abominable activities. This verse only refers to an accident due to the strong power of the material connections. Devotional service is more or less a declaration of war against the illusory energy. As long as one is not strong enough to fight the illusory energy, there may be accidental fall downs. But when one is strong enough, he is no longer subjected to such fall downs. And previously explained, no one should take disadvantage of this verse and commit nonsense and think that he is still a devotee. If he does not improve in his character by devotional service, then he is to be understood that he is not a high devotee. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshulmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jata Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Kantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhantanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Sri Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaur Bhakturanda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. This verse is very important to be understood. We should not take undue advantage of certain circumstantial fall down, or what we call accidental fall down. Because even in our practice, which is very serious, following 4 regulative principles and chanting 16 rounds is a lifetime commitment. The devotees should not be either criticized in any such accidental, fall downs. He deserves the chance to rectify himself in association of the devotees. He may not be able to perform a so-called high-grade task of great responsibility that requires more spirituality and more understanding. Because spiritual qualification is that he should be soul surrendered to Guru and Krishna's order. So in this way, every one of us, whether we are practicing or not practicing, because of a religious bent or some necessity that has arisen in our life to balance our life with both material and spiritual nature. Most of the people know that they are somebody else within the body. They are not the body. That is very easy to understand. But at the same time, how to retain your spiritual individuality amongst the, say, material modes that are changing, just like changing of seasons. They are changing. Everything is changing. Nothing is permanent in the material world. It is created, it is sustained, and it will be dissolved. So you expect changes all the time. But are we prepared for a stable condition within ourselves to thwart any change, any kind of activities which are, say, not favorable to us? Sometimes even people desire not to commit any sinful activity, but when it is accidentally happens, they say, "Oh, devil made me do it." You do not want to take the responsibility of it. But at the same time, how much serious we are keeping ourselves like alert not to commit a deliberate offense against the Supreme Lord. So there are rules and regulations already laid out. The devotees who are committing lifetime, vows of chanting 16 rounds minimum daily, and follow four regulative principles, which are probably most of you never heard of it. And this kind of demands are there, but it is not a demand. It is a prerequisite to understand what are the effects of this and how do we refrain in knowingly committing mistakes. Knowingly committing. Now, knowingly committing mistake means it's an offensive. Accidental fall down and knowingly commit mistake means we are careless. We do not know the repercussions of it. So in the Shastra there are certain atonements are given. Atonements, or it's called prayaschitta. But prayaschitta for a habitual sinner, what is the value of it? A thief robs day and night, but when he is put in the jail, he never forgets his cheating ability. As soon as he is released, even after giving him warnings, and for ramification to being a good citizen in the correctional units, they habitually do it. So, what kind of prayashchit is required? What kind of atonement is required that will transform his heart? That was the question Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami. That day and night knowingly that he is committing wrong, and yet he is unable to stop himself, as if he is a compulsive gambler with the opportunity of becoming a self-realized soul. That is the highest, achievement a humankind can ever achieve. He has ability to stop his birth and death if he is self-realized. He becomes very dear to Krishna if he is properly guided to perform pure devotional service after liberation. Liberation is not a big deal. But what would you do after liberation? That is the question of parabhakti. Or a person who is engaged in pure devotional service, with full faith and conviction, yet if he falls a little short and, have an accidental fall down, Krishna says, because he is rightly situated, samyak vyavasthiti, api chet sudurachara. Sudurachara means a great offender. Durachari are offenders, but sudurachara means a great offender. Bhajate mam ananya bhak. If he worshipped me with single-minded devotion, ananya, not others, only me, then he should be considered to be sadhu, because he deserves the second chance of purification. Otherwise, we are given chance in ignorance to take birth after birth. And it's not always human body that will come. If we have done lesser than befitting a human, then we will degrade to the animal kingdom again. And if we balance both good and bad in our life, we may come back as a human being. But those who are benevolent, they may achieve higher status. That number 10th incarnation or 10th creation of Brahma is demigods or demons. They are very powerful. The man chooses his own destiny by his own karma. But here, even in a full commitment, if somebody falls down, there is nothing to worry. Such fall downs do come. But these are called accidental fall downs. A child crawls and in toddler state, then he would catch up something and try to stand. But when he starts walking, he will fall off. Do the mothers ever get disappointed and have a negative feeling that, oh, he will never be able to walk? No. Kshipram bhavati dharmana. Soon he will become righteous and capable to stand on his feet. So that is the stage. So, even in the beginning stage of devotional service, if somebody by previous habits, if he is taking the vows but at the same time unable to follow, but if he is protected in the assembly of devotees, if he is encouraged again to resume where he has stopped, then he deserves the chance to be counted, and one should not deride him. That is the opinion of Lord Sri Krishna. So devotional service is a very rare opportunity. To become a devotee, bahunam janmanamante jnanvam mam prapadyate vasudevam sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Out of many, many human births, a person who is able to achieve some jnanvam mam, jnana means the knowledge of devotional service, then he will be able to surrender. Impersonalism has no chance to become a devotee. They do not have faith in the existence of the Supreme Person. But that is, they are gambling their life. In Srimad Bhagavatam, their fate is that they think in hallucination that they have achieved very high status, but they fall down. So impersonalists are those who say that Brahman is everything and I am that Brahman. So when I will leave the body, I will merge into the Supreme Brahman. I will become God. That is the worst kind of offense. Then a person who is taking shelter of Lord Sri Krishna and accidentally he falls down. Narad Muni in Srimad Bhagavatam says, what kind of inauspiciousness he has accumulated? Nothing. Tyaktva swadharmam charanam bhujam hare bhajan apakva patet tato yadi. In the activities of devotional service, in immaturity, apakva, if he falls down, kova bhadra abhutamushyakim, what is inauspicious for him? Nothing. So rest assured, how Krishna is choosing his devotee and supports him, even in ordinary circumstances, like holier than thou and rest are, little urchins, insignificant. Now, that kind of attitude cannot exist in devotional service. Whatever devotional service you have rendered, there is always an eternal benefit. It stays with you. Otherwise, koapto abhajatam sarvata. The person who is not a devotee and is expertly performing all the activities. And the results, they are binding to him, therefore he gains nothing. He has to go empty-handed. So those who are not worshipper of the Supreme Person, what benefit they have? Nothing. While even in slightest little, say, difficulty or wavering from the path, there is no danger. Devotional service earns us permanent assets. So everybody is encouraged to perform devotional service. And it begins from chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Accumulate the transcendental benefits of our internal makeup, internal being called the spiritual part and parcel of the Supreme. He is a devotee. The body may not act like devotee. There is a beautiful example of Chitraketu in Srimad Bhagavatam. Chitraketu learnt from Lord Shankarshan in Vaikuntha about pure devotional service. He made Lord Shankarshan as his spiritual master, and he went with 4 Kumaras to learn pure devotional service. He got educated, and Lord Shankarshan said, okay, now go on the earth back and enjoy being the king of the entire earth. A pure devotee, now he is put into such a position that there are a lot of enjoying substances are nearing him because he is Lord and Master of the earth. But he was properly educated. Once upon a time, he was traveling in his airplane. He did not hire from Emirates. He has his own airplane. And with his cohorts and absolutely in ever joyful mood, he was passing through Naimisharanya, where Lord Shiva is sitting with Parvati on his lap. And all the sadhus and munis, they were, being addressed in spiritual science by Lord Shiva. Now, this particular action of Lord Shiva struck to the passerby Chitraketu. And seeing this position, he in the amazing mood, he laughed at seeing the position of Lord Shiva, that how he is so much aloof, discussing the spiritual topic and holding Parvati in his lap. Lord Shiva did not mind, but Parvati took an offense. You rascal, you do not know the significance of Lord Shiva? I curse you to become a demon. And Lord Shiva said, Parvati, he is a devotee, do not curse him. But Parvati is Manuni Manisha. She is going to act according to what's coming in her mind. Lord Shiva stopped her not to curse, but she cursed, become a demon. So Chitraketu came with humble attitude and he addressed, my dear mother, I am not afraid of your curse. And Lord Shiva said, see, I told you, he is not afraid of your curse. He said, I will obey. But you cannot put up a dent in my devotional service, even in the body of a demon. And that is the position. So, he became a Vritrasur, a very, very unformidable enemy of Indra. All right? And Vritrasura would come and fight to take over the demigods, kingdom, Swargaloka. Indra is supposed to lead the demigods' army because he is the king of demigods. And somehow in between, the demigods were losing, so they went, what should we do? They said, take help of Krishna. So Krishna advised him, well, I know Vritrasura very well, but he can be counteracted or killed by a weapon that you have to make from the Dadichi Muni's bones. What does it mean? The Dadichi Muni is meditating, and how dare one can kill a big Muni is in meditation, But this was the remedy shown to them. And somehow that the fighting was so fierce that Indra forgets what he is supposed to do. And Vritrasura, during fighting, he is reminding Indra, do you know, you are supposed to kill me. Why don't you make my day and liberate me from this ghastly body? When you fight, you have to fight for Krishna. That is your devotional service. Why don't you fight as a worship to Lord Krishna? Come make my day. Indra would be so terrified that he would not come out from his palace. Vritrasura was very ghastly, looking very, very formidable. So, Vritrasura is anxious to get rid of this body. And Krishna promised that he can be killed, but only by the weapon which is made from the bones of the Dadichi Muni. So Vritrasura reminds Indra, you forget how to make Vajra out of the Dadichi Muni's bones. Go and get it done. Now who is the devotee? Vritrasura was maintaining his devotional service. He's praying. Indra, make my day, come on. Then Indra called the demigods, go, you were told to bring Dadichi Muni's bones. So the demigods went to Dadichi Muni. Dadichi Muni, please give your bones. Dadichi Muni says, why do I give to my bones? Why don't you use your bones? To extract the bones from the body means to kill him. But they said, we were supposed to get the bones only. And the Dadichi Muni said, why don't you use your bones to make Vajra? Go. Your bones are very dear to me, to you, and my bones are very dear to me. Don't disturb my devotional service. Then demigods returned without him. And he is telling that we have to use our bones. No, Krishna said, go. You didn't tell the reason. Krishna says that obtain Dadichi Muni's bones, only they are powerful to kill Vritrasura. So they came again. Please forgive us, but it was advised by Lord Krishna that we should obtain bones from you, because you are a powerful devotee. You have achieved everything, and you are very kind to the cause of demigods. And because Krishna has told, so people forget. People forget Krishna, and they will be disappointed. But when Dadichi Muni heard, oh, Krishna told, why didn't you say me so before? Come, be my guest, take my bones. Means, they killed Dadichi Muni and took the bones and gave it to make Vajra out of it, that weapon. So, Indra came to his senses, but Vritrasur never lost his senses of devotion, even in body of a demon. So it is the spirit soul that is the devotee, not the body. Everybody is a spirit soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Whole. Qualitatively one, but quantitative difference is there. So we should be subservient to please Lord Krishna by performance of devotional service, which begins from chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Never mind, we can tumble in the beginning, but we are protected in the assembly of devotees, and you will be all encouraged to participate wholeheartedly. And by performing devotional service, the assets are spiritual in nature and they will go with you. Everything else you have to leave behind. So, this is the premise. Never, Krishna is telling that accidental fall down should not be misused as an excuse, but at the same time it should be reminding us that Krishna is giving us a second chance and we should never fail him. So, practice, and the proof is in eating the pudding, means prasadam. Is it time for prasadam? Oh, kirtan, okay. They want you to become more hungry. Is there any question or comments? Yeah.
We have a microphone here if anyone would like to ask a question of Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much for the wonderful class. The accidental fall down, we also hear Ajamel's story, where Ajamel falls down from his position and then he lived almost whole life in a fallen down position. So, but then at the end he was saved by the holy name and Krishna. So, accidental fall down means, is it, even if a person fall down and then they didn't know that he fell down and continue to live in that way, does it consider to be an accidental fall down, or how does it?
Accident means you are becoming unaware of the offenses. The 11th offense is to take all the offenses casually and do not become serious, or what we call to become unconcerned with the offenses. You forget. You should not forget 10 offenses. Accidents happens only when our consciousness is doubted somewhere else. Right? What do they say? Saudhani hati tadurgatana ghati. Saudhan, be aware. Awareness is the name of the game in Krishna consciousness. So accidental fall down and habitual fall down. Habitual fall down will degrade us more and more. Accidental fall down reserves one right to come back. And the next word, Krishna immediately uses, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Kshipram means immediately, without delay. He becomes righteous. because he's rightly situated. Samyak vyavasthiti. Samyak vyavasthiti means he is situated in the devotional mood, so that position is essential. If we fall down and we say, oh, the hell with Hare Krishna, hell with this and this, then it is deliberate attempt to go astray. Then we commit more offenses. Any other question?
So if we see Valmiki or Anglima, those people were really at the start at a very close stage, but later on they got reached to a devotional path by just complete surrender. So that path is also sort of a different path or...
No. Different paths are indirect ways. Indirect. Echapyanya devata yajante sraddhayanvita te api mameva yajante avidhi purvakam. This is the statement of Lord Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. That those who repose their attention and worship to demigods, actually that worship was meant for him. And such worship is done indirectly. But Krishna says, I'm the Supreme Person, I'm the direct available to everyone. Why do you go indirectly? They quote Mahabharata quotation, कि आकाशात पतितम तोयम यथा गच्छति सागरम सर्वदेव नमस्कृतम केशवम प्रति गच्छति. Prati gacchati means indirect, not direct. Krishna says, worship me directly. Who do you want? You have direct connection with Krishna because you are part and parcel of Krishna and not the demigods or other entities. They are all his expansions, swamshas or vibhinnamshas. You do not go to Krishna by going indirectly. Direct connection, Srila Prabhupada brought all the way from Krishna, and that is called disciplic succession, unbroken chain of disciplic succession. Why do you gamble with other uncertainties? Krishna is identifying himself separate from his creation. All the demigods are created by him. And you can't equate the demigods along with that. That is also an offense on the holy name. Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Daivatam Samatvena Vikheta Sapakhandi Bhavidravam. Krishna doesn't spare hypocrites. He is asking you direct service. Yanti devratam devam pitrunyanti pitruvda bhutani bhute janti madhyajino apimam. Choice is yours according to, but you can't equate. Nothing is equal. That's why Krishna is asamordhva. Asama means not equal and urdhva means superior to him. And he has been accepted by a deliberation of pure devotion, intelligent, not mental. So what's wrong with us? because we are misinformed. So it is not anybody else's fault but ours. Read Bhagavad Gita as it is and you will be totally satisfied. Guaranteed. We have also come across many Bhagavad Gitas, but impersonal aspects. How can you worship an impersonal aspect? It's all hypocrisies. Anything else? Please do not waste time. Life is very precarious. You may think that you are well situated, but do din ki chandni fir andheri raat. You have to struggle for existence in any situations. We are also foreigners within our own body. Then, what will be the security of a foreign body in foreign countries? Everywhere we are foreigners. Once giving up Golok Vrindavan, you will never satisfy anywhere in the whole world, that is guaranteed. So it is wise enough to go back home, back to Godhead, where Krishna lives eternally. Yes?
So my question is, like, how pure one has to be from inside, like when coming to Krishna?
How
pure one has to be from inside? How pure one has to be from inside?
1%? 2%? Arre Baba, 100% purified.
How, like,
Huh?
how the way?
Increase your purity. Yes, you can't eat the whole laddu. You have to break it slowly, digest it. Otherwise it is very heavy. If you swallow the whole thing, I think you will have a lot of problems. So gradually increase the capacity. But chant, don't say can't. That is the purifying agent. The holy name. There is nothing more superior remedy than the holy name for the age of Kali. Don't waste time. Time is running out. And you want to expedite purification? Take gradually and see for yourself. Krishna will bless you. They say if you put forward one step, Krishna will put two forward. So the distance will be closer. We have to reduce the distance between Krishna and us. Even though if he is residing within yourself and the atomic soul, yet he is far away. That separation is the common denomination to fall from grace, what they call it. I was talking in the morning about the cause of our fall down or separation from Lord Shri Krishna. Ichha dvesa samuttena dvanda bohena bharata sarva bhutani sammoham sarge anti parandapa. Sarva bhutani means all the living entities fell from the grace because a separate desire with an element of hate. Only two things that causes to make us fall in the delusion of duality. Ichha and dvesh. If we do not have on our own and accept Krishna's desire and without any animosity with him, that is the root cause to go back home, back to Godhead. The sooner you do, better you are. Yeah. Any other? Can you tell me how many of you are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Oh my God. You chant minimum 1 round? Okay. How many are chanting 2 rounds minimum? 3 rounds? 4 rounds? 5 rounds? 6 rounds? 7? 8? 9? 10, 11, 12, oh my God, 13, 14, 15, and 16 minimum. Oh, so you are all initiated devotees. Yes, it's a lifelong vow. And we must maintain. So Krishna bless you and rest, follow in their footsteps. It's not difficult. Don't be so miser not to give your heart to Lord Krishna. The world is turning around by Krishna consciousness. Everywhere I go, there are devotees and devotees and devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.